Right before my biggest job interview, my roommate used all the hot water and hid my keys, and I got the job anyway and moved out. The following Friday, my alarm went off at 6:15 on a Tuesday morning in November, and for exactly 4 seconds, everything was fine. Then I remembered what day it was. I'm Jamie. I was 23, living in a 2-bedroom apartment in the kind of neighborhood where the laundromat is always broken and the hallway always smells like someone else's dinner. I had been unemployed for 11 weeks. Not lazy unemployed, applying to 60 jobs and hearing nothing unemployed. The kind of unemployment that starts eating your confidence somewhere around week 4 and finishes it off completely by week 9. The interview was at Callaway Reed, a mid-sized marketing firm downtown. Senior Content Associate position. It had taken 3 emails, 2 phone screens, and 1 panel interview to get here. This was the final round. The one with the actual hiring manager, a woman named Ms. Devereaux, who I had read about extensively and respected enormously. My suit was pressed, my portfolio was printed and bound. I had rehearsed answers to 47 potential questions. I was ready. What I was not ready for was my roommate, Owen. Owen and I had been friends in college. I want to be fair here. He wasn't always bad, but somewhere between graduation and real life, he had curdled into something unrecognizable. He was the kind of person who borrowed things and never returned them, who played music at midnight and acted confused when you knocked on his wall, who had a talent for making every inconvenience somehow your fault. I had told him about the interview. I had told him the night before, clearly, directly. I need to be out of here by 7:30 tomorrow. Big day. He said, yeah, of course, man. Good luck. I walked into the bathroom at 6:22 and turned on the shower. Cold. Completely, aggressively cold. Not warming up cold. Gone cold. Owen had used every drop of hot water. I could hear him in his room, already back in bed. The particular silence of someone pretending to be asleep. I stood under that cold shower for 4 minutes because I had no choice. By the time I got out, I was shaking, but I told myself it was fine. Adrenaline. It would be fine. I dried off, got dressed, checked myself in the mirror. Decent. I looked like someone who deserved this job, even if I didn't feel like it yet. I went to grab my keys from the hook by the door. They weren't there. I want to be very clear. I always put my keys on that hook. Every single day for 8 months. Same hook. No exceptions. I checked my jacket pocket, my bag, the kitchen counter, the bathroom. Nothing. Owen's door was still closed. I knocked. Silence. I knocked again, harder. He opened it with the face of someone performing sleepiness, and there, on his bedside table, were my keys. No explanation offered. He just picked them up, handed them over, and closed the door. I stood in that hallway for 3 seconds. Just 3. Then I picked up my portfolio, walked out, and didn't look back. The subway was delayed. Of course it was. I stood on that platform in my pressed suit, watching the minutes tick and doing the breathing exercise my older brother had taught me once. 4 counts in, hold 4, out 4, over and over. By the time the train arrived, something had shifted in me. I wasn't nervous anymore. I was just clear. I walked into Callaway Reed at 9:02, 2 minutes late. I apologized once, briefly, without over-explaining. Ms. Devereaux nodded and said, let's just get started. The interview lasted 50 minutes. I answered every question like a person who had nothing left to lose because genuinely, that morning I felt like I didn't. I was specific. I was honest. When she asked where I saw myself in 3 years, I told her exactly the truth instead of the polished version. She called me the next morning. I started the following Monday. That Friday, I packed everything I owned into my car in 4 trips. Owen watched from the couch, eating cereal, not saying much. I didn't say much either. I left my key on the kitchen counter. The hook was his to deal with now. I drove away and I never once looked in the rearview mirror. Some mornings the universe stress tests you before it delivers. That cold shower was the last bad thing Owen ever did to me. It was also, without question, the best thing. Edit. Yes, I did send Ms. Devereaux the short version of this story at my 6-month review as a joke. She laughed for a long time. Still works with me. Still laughs about it.